Okay, let's just get one thing straight right off the bat. You're not ugly. The problem probably isn't your genetics. It's more likely a few small, unconscious habits that are kind of sabotaging your appearance day in and day out. But hey, the good news is the fixes are surprisingly simple, and you can start seeing a real difference in just a few weeks. So let's break them down. So I want you to ask yourself this question seriously. When you look in the mirror, are you really unhappy with what you see? Or could it just be the little things you do every single day without even thinking about it that are holding you back from your true potential? And that really brings us to the core of this whole thing. It is so easy to fall into that excuse trap, right? Oh, it's just my genetics. But the truth, the idea that actually gives you all the power back, is that it's your daily habits. So let's dive into the 7 most crucial ones you need to know about. First up is a habit you probably don't even know you have, touching your face. Scratching your nose, resting your chin in your hand while you're at your desk, rubbing your eyes. It all adds up. You might be doing this 30, 40, maybe even 50 times a day without a second thought. So what's the big deal? Well, think about it. Your hands touch everything. Your phone, which is filthy, doorknobs, your keyboard. All that dirt and bacteria gets transferred right onto your face. And the result is exactly what you see here. Clogged pores, oily skin, and breakouts. And you're left wondering why your skin isn't clear. The fix for this is actually really simple. First, you just have to become aware of it. The moment you notice your hand moving towards your face, just stop. And second, keep your hands clean. Wash them more often. The less you touch your face, the clearer your skin is going to get. It's a super direct connection. All right, habit number 2, and this one is kind of wild because it can literally change the physical structure of your face over time. If you constantly chew your food or your gum on only one side of your mouth, you're essentially giving one side of your jaw a constant workout while the other side just sits there doing nothing. And this shows you the long-term results perfectly. Over years, that uneven chewing creates facial asymmetry, which is a major killer of attractiveness. Even chewing, on the other hand, helps build and maintain that sharp, symmetrical jawline we're all after. It's a tiny habit with a huge visual impact. So how do you fix it? Well, you have to retrain your brain. A really easy way is to start with gum and consciously switch sides every few minutes. Then you apply that same awareness when you're eating. Over time, you'll start to balance out those jaw muscles. It just takes a little practice. Okay, habit number 3 isn't a tiny physical tic. It's a huge lifestyle factor. In our modern world, it's just so easy to stay locked inside all day, scrolling on our phones or playing video games. But your body and your face absolutely crave sunlight to look and feel its best. I mean, just look at this comparison. The difference is night and day. The person who gets outside has a healthier glow to their skin, way more energy, and even higher testosterone. They just look more, well, alive. Meanwhile, the indoor guy looks kind of pale, tired, and just weak in comparison. And the best part is, you don't need to bake in the sun for hours on end. Just 15 to 20 minutes a day is more than enough to make a difference. Go for a walk on your lunch break, do a workout outside. Your face will thank you for it, for real. All right, let's talk about habit number 4, bad sleep. And I want you to reframe this in your mind. Sleep isn't just about resting. It is the time where your body is actively repairing itself, especially your skin and your face. When you skip it or get poor quality sleep, you're literally skipping the repair cycle. I mean, come on, we've all seen this in the mirror after a bad night, right? The dark circles, the puffy eyes, the dull skin, the kind of swollen-looking face. Now imagine doing that to your body on a smaller scale, night after night after night. It really adds up, and it makes you look tired and older than you are. So, fixing this is a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, aim for a solid 7 to 8 hours. Second, try to go to bed at the same time every night to regulate your body's internal clock. And this one is absolutely critical. You have to cut out screens an hour before bed. That blue light from your phone is destroying your melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Okay, now here is a trap that so many of us fall into. We drink coffee to feel less tired, right? But overdoing it can actually make us look more tired. It's a total paradox. And here's why. First off, caffeine is a diuretic, which is just a fancy way of saying it dehydrates you, and dehydrated skin looks dry and old. Second, it messes with your sleep quality, which we just covered. And third, you end up looking jittery and anxious instead of having that calm, confident, natural energy. Look, the solution isn't to quit coffee entirely, but to be smart about it. Limit yourself to 1 or 2 cups a day max, And here's a pro tip. For every cup of coffee you drink, have a full glass of water. That'll keep you hydrated. Simple. Moving on to habit number 6, high chronic stress. This is the silent killer, not just for your health, but for your appearance. Stress isn't just a feeling in your head, it is a physical state that literally shows up on your face. See, when you're stressed out, your body pumps out this hormone called cortisol. And high cortisol levels tell your body to store fat, especially around your face and midsection. It wrecks your skin and it lowers testosterone. Just think about how you look and feel during a really stressful time, like finals week. Yeah, that's cortisol at work. You can't avoid stress. That's just a fact of life. But you can absolutely learn to manage it. And the key is to find healthy outlets that bring those cortisol levels back down. Working out, meditating, even just going for a walk in nature. These things actively fight the ugly effects of stress. And that brings us to the final and, honestly, the most destructive habit of them all. This isn't something you do with your hands or your body. Nope, it's something you do with your mind. It's the habit of blaming your genetics for everything. And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. That single thought, it's just genetics, I can't change it, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. That mindset, that belief right there, that's the real prison. It stops you from even trying to improve. Because here's the reality, and this should get you excited. Your genetics only set the foundation. A massive 80% of how you look is determined by your actions, your fitness, your diet, your grooming, and every single one of the habits we just talked about. 80% of it is in your hands. So let's end with this thought. Your genetics gave you the plot of land. That's it. But your habits, those are the tools, the materials, and the blueprints you use to build your